Hello, this is Tina with Content Creators Club. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you don't already know, my name is Tina. I help creators like you add leads and revenue to your business without relying on social media, so definitely stay tuned. But if you haven't already done so, join Content Creators Club with the link below. Also, check out the offer we have below this video as well, because it's going to help you grow your content business. But with that being said, let's kind of talk about the bullshit free advice from a beginner that used to be a beginner. Let me clarify, and is now turned into a profitable creator. Like 4 years of this advice is distilled in hopefully this next 5 to 10 minute video. So let me kind of bring you back. So I remember 3 years ago, I actually turned down an offer because I went in on the business. Like tears were spilled on the phone. I told my very Asian mother at the time, like I'm not going forward with this job. I really want to go in on the business. And I kind of realized at the time it's just like I couldn't give up that opportunity that I had back then, right? And so it was an opportunity when I have no kids. I still have no kids. I had no mortgage. I have a mortgage now, so things are different. But I barely had any bills to pay. And so I kind of asked myself, well, like if all those things are true, then why not take the risk? Why not take the risk to do it? Go in on the business, right? And so I do understand that that is not the scenario for everyone involved, right? Like, but I will also say learning how to build from nothing is a skill set that nobody can take away from you. And it's a skill set that everybody needs to learn, right? Because if you can pick yourself from the ground up, then you're going to be a lot more resilient in the long term, right? But here's the truth. The truth is that it doesn't matter how resilient you are, the business could not work. And the thing is you could still get zero views, zero traffic, and zero sales in your business. And you might fail. Like that is a very real truth. I know it's a truth for me because I failed twice and it really fucking sucked. And it's taken me 4 years, like I mentioned earlier, to start paying myself, to actually turn a profit, to have a business that pays its own expenses without my contribution. Like real talk, like the fact that you can have a business that pays for itself is truly just a huge win, right? And I've learned a couple things along the way. The first thing that I've learned is don't invest in the dollars, invest in the calendar. And I really wish somebody told me this lesson from the very beginning, because I would have saved myself a crap ton of money because I made a $10,000 mistake, and I would have saved a lot of time in the process. And the thing is at the time, I invested $10,000 in a business coach only to realize that I didn't want her business model or her calendar. And that was a harsh realization, but I didn't come to the realization until after I decided to close that business, right? And I've learned at, being kind of like in this online business phase for a while now, that I don't really care about how much a person makes. I really give zero fucks about what your Stripe balance is. And I really, those monetary things, like, it doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day. Like, I really care more about how many hours you don't work in your business. I care about how much profit you generate when you're not working in the business. Key thing, not working, right? That's the key word or keywords, not working. I want to know what your life looks like outside of business, right? And so the thing is show me your calendar and I'll decide whether or not I want that lifestyle or I don't. And I do feel like showing a calendar is a very real like element in terms of what a business model truly looks like, right? Now, the second thing I've learned from, we're doing some bullshit free advice here, is that I'm also okay with, writing solo. And I kind of came to this conclusion maybe like within the past 1 to 2 years that, the one secret that's actually really helped me this past year turn a healthy profit is honestly giving zero fucks about what other people are doing. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Like, I do not care what other people are doing. I care about what I'm doing. And so having the confidence to say, yeah, that doesn't work for me is true freedom. It establishes trust with yourself because, I'm a believer in investing in yourself. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, but I do think there's a point where you have to ask yourself, like, am I do I trust that I can come to a solution without relying on somebody's strategy? And can I actually make that a reality for myself, right? And so for some, when you're in the beginning phases, I think when you're in the beginning phase, I do think it's really important to invest and, buy the courses, invest in the mentorship. But when you get to a point like someone like myself where I've seen a lot of things, I've invested a lot, like I don't really feel like at this point it's mentorship. I really think it's probably mindset and it's probably consistency that kind of really will get you a lot farther. But also community in terms of what you surround yourself with, or who you surround yourself with, is will get you farther than like per se a course as an example, right? And so, trusting yourself allows you to create an alternative path. My alternative path, where I kind of just said, I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me, is really being able to figure out a way to build a profitable content business that doesn't rely on social media. A lot of times when you hear content creators, they talk about, oh, you need to post, you need to do all this shit. Like, I don't think it's necessary and I don't think it's worth your time, honestly. Like, in the long run, like, people really care more about relationships than how many likes you get on a post. And I think that's where your energy should lie at the end of the day. The third thing is allowing yourself to get bored. And this is something that I probably really struggled with last year, was that I was doing so many different things. Like I would start something and then like I'd see something else, a new strategy, and it'd be like, oh, jump ship and move on, right? And so the thing is that you make progress not by what you dream, but what by but by what you choose to commit to, right? You learn really quickly that the key to selling is not how many different offers that you can create, but how many different ways you can sell that one offer. And so that was been a key thing to me, when in the sense of like I've had to learn like how can I say the same message but in many different ways. And I feel like, when you allow yourself to get bored, you allow yourself in some ways to get creative, to do something differently, right? So be creative in how you sell something, not in what you sell. And so it gets definitely boring talking about the same thing over and over again. And so that's what I would say is definitely, you know, say the same message, but say it in a different way. And so that's the thing is that when you allow yourself to, get bored, you allow yourself to build repetition. And that repetition is what helps you build a brand. And so hopefully this comes across. Definitely feel free to reply and let me know if it comes across. But what I'd like to be known for is building profitable content businesses that do not rely on social media. I hope that comes across because I really have a distaste for it. Distaste for social media, let me clarify. But I don't think it's necessary. And I think, if you can build a content business that doesn't rely on it, then you have like a golden egg. And who doesn't want a golden egg, right? And so only time will tell if that actually comes through my content. So definitely let me know in the chat, or let me know in the description or comment box or whatever if that's the case. And so while it took me 4 years to learn everything I'm sharing with you now, I can tell you honestly, you could get all the concrete tactical steps in this month, in this, time period with our Everything Creator bundle. And literally, like, I've learned so many different strategies that have worked and not worked in my business. And I've compiled all the strategies that do work in my Everything Creator bundle. And this is my Black Friday offer, but to reward the individuals who grab it early access or who get the early bird deal, you'll get a coupon when you use Black Friday early bird to get $49 off the bundle. So that code expires on November 24th. So make sure you grab it, because honestly, like, it's kind of wild that I'm offering this, but I think honestly, I really do want to reward the individuals who grab access to that. So coupon code is BF early bird. Anyways, thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.